One more question that 1 Kings 11 and many other passages of the Bible would raise is that God has said that the people of Israel should not marry outside of Israel. And that was the downfall of King Solomon, as we saw in our last meditation. He loved women, Moabite women, Ammonite women, Edomite women, Sidonian women, Hittite women, all from all the kingdoms that God had told the people of Israel not to take wives. He loved them all, and these women turned his heart away from God. Now, that poses the question then, should we not marry outside of our race? Is that a principle that we're supposed to take home from this? How does that translate into the gospel, we who live after the resurrection? Let me say two things, and let me be clear. One, the Bible never, post-Israel, that was Israel's time, post-Israel in Jesus, encourages us to marry within our race only. That is not an act of faithfulness to God. It may be an act of faithfulness to your parents, which is also a good thing. There are practical concerns, but it is not really a matter of faithfulness to God. Okay. How does it translate? There must be an important spiritual lesson here, yes. And that is this, and it's a part of my first point. That is, we are not to marry outside of our Christian faith. That's what the Apostle Paul says about widows. The widow is free to marry only in the Lord. Missionary dating is not to be advised. Oh, I'm going to convert him. I'm going to convert her. Really? Think with your faith. Live by faith. And in faith, you are not to marry outside of your Christian faith. Okay? Look, the Christian faith says that Jesus is the most important thing in your life. If you cannot share the most important thing in your life with the one you love, then really, how healthy is that relationship going to be? So before it happens, I encourage you to take this to heart. If it has already happened, the Bible gives different parameters, but for many of you, before you get there, do not marry an unbeliever. Clear. Let me bring you another gospel application. Then what should be our attitude toward those who believe in other gods, who are of other religions, other races, other backgrounds, non-Christian, quote-unquote pagans, heathens, any kind of label you want to use, atheists? Bring them in. Bring them in. Bring them in. Bring them in. And you know what? That was true from the Old Testament times too. If these women were to absolutely convert, well, it still wouldn't be right for him to marry all these women. But if Pharaoh's daughter, let's say, his legitimate wife, actually converted and became a Jew, became a child of the nation of Israel, that was always accepted. There was always room for foreigners to come in. And there is wide room. The doors are wide open now for all people of all nations to come into Jesus. You know that theme. From every tribe, tongue, and nation, praise is being offered to God. You see, Solomon should not have been influenced by people of other religions. He should have influenced them. That was the design. And today, in the gospel age, it is more true than ever before.